Hull's head coach, Lee Radford, urged Jake Connor to eradicate the ugly side of his game after watching the mercurial utility back inspire his side to a 34-22 victory over their rivals Hull KR at St James's Park. Connor has stepped into the standoff role in the absence of the halfbacks, Mark Sneyd and Albert Kelly, and produced another superb performance as Hull made it 7 straight derby wins. The 23-year-old laid on tries for Scott Taylor and Jack Logan before rounding off Hull's scoring himself. Connor's form has led to talk of an England call-up for next month's test against New Zealand in Denver, but Radford believes his player has work to do. "He's a horrible man who's giving our team a reputation for being grubs and who can start a fight when there's no need to start a fight," Radford joked. "But he can play. He needs to tone that side of his game down, but every time you speak to him about it, it's the opposition player's fault. How you do that, I don't know." The victory moved Hull back into the top 4 and Radford is delighted with his team's league position given their injury crisis. "It was an ugly win, but where we're at in terms of who's missing and changes to our spine, we'll take any win," he said. Taylor claimed Hull's opener and Jamie Shaw crossed twice before the break, while the young scrum half Liam Harris marked his debut against his former club with a try. Aaron Moss scored Hull KR's 2 first-half tries and completed his hat-trick to breathe life into the contest. But Logan and Connor went over to seal Hull's victory, although it was Tommy Lee who scored the final try of Magic Weekend, which was attended by 64,319 fans across the 2 days. Rovers ended Magic Weekend bottom of the table. Tim Sheen's men are dealing with an injury crisis of their own, but the experienced coach is not giving up hope of avoiding the qualifiers. "There's not much between us and Salford, 2 wins," said Sheens. "So there's that little ray of hope that we live by. My main worry at the moment is getting some of our better players back on the park." Huddersfield held off a second-half fight back to pile more misery on Wakefield after the interim coach, Chris Thorman, guided them to back-to-back Super League wins for the first time since last July. "It's a nice feeling," he said. "I was born a mile down the road, and for any Geordie to come here, in whatever sport, and win in this sporting cathedral is pretty special." A week after knocking Trinity out of the Challenge Cup, the Giants condemned them to an 8th defeat in their last 10 league games with a 25-22 victory in Newcastle. Huddersfield got off to a terrific start, with the man of the match Aaron Murphy scoring 1 try and setting up another as they opened up an 18-0 lead. Wakefield gradually clawed their way back into the game, but they had left themselves too much to do. Jody Broughton scored a second-half hat-trick as Catalan's Dragons climbed off the bottom of Super League with a commanding 26-12 win over Salford. Catalans went into half-time with a slender lead thanks to tries from Ben Garcia and Julian Bousquet. Broughton went over for his 100th Super League try to end Salford's challenge. George Griffin had the last word, but the Red Devils were well beaten,